Figured you saw Coach.
That was like all the other 3 games we had here, except we were fortunate enough to win this one. A lot of big plays in the fourth quarter. I think it stops with our ability to stop the run. So, they didn't run wild on us. I think that helped us. We got pretty good field position. We had more first downs, we had more time. Didn't play exceptionally well offensively, but they're pretty good on defense. So I think, the big thing, the guys just played hard. No matter what the odds were, they never gave up. And that's what makes the game exciting. Bethel Thompson got his first start, did some good things. Otis Amy made a lot of good plays. We added some players this week. They all helped us. Nate Laurie helped us. He'd been with us for 2 previous years. A.J. Shable really helped us. Navari helped us. Navari was playing for Virginia last week. Played for us this week. Those are some of the oddities about sports. It happens in the NFL. It happens in the UFL also. And then we also picked up a long snapper, which was tough for us last week. We lost our long snapper, and our long snapper did an excellent job. So I think all the pieces fell together, and we were very fortunate.
We got questions for Coach here?
Marty mentioned that he was not surprised, but you got your team up, 0-3 versus 3-0. I mean,
Well, I think our guys have always played hard. I mean, we haven't had necessarily good luck. I mean, the Vegas game could have gone either way. The Omaha game could have gone either way. And really even last week. I mean, remember now, we had the score 7-6. We had first down on the 3-yard line and didn't get any points. So it was just that type of a game. I think our guys never quit. They spend a lot of time together. They work hard. The objective is long term is to win the championship, but short term shit is just play together, believe in each other, that type of thing.
Was Otis doing anything different today? I mean, as far as his routes were sharp?
Well, they played a lot of man. They played a lot of man, so it was a lot of bump and run. So you're going to get up. Sometimes you're going to win. Sometimes you're not. We made a switch last week. Our timing wasn't very good on it. The protection wasn't very good. We added a couple linemen too. So, but he was able to get guys in one-on-one, and then he made some plays. Now, a lot of balls, there were contested balls. There were 3 contested balls that we got all 3 of them. I mean, balls that could have easily. I think personally we probably made the catches more difficult than what they were, but that could have gone the other way, and our guys fought for it and came up with it. So those made a big difference also.
That first half field goal when with roughing or running into the kicker penalty, were you just comfortable with the points on the board and didn't?
Well, it was not automatic. It wasn't roughing. It was running into. So we would not have had a first down. We would have tried it again. I think it was done. Automatic first down was roughing the kicker.
Okay.
And that was a judgment call that the official made. I thought the first thing was roughing the kicker, but
Coach, can you talk about what Bethel Thompson and Otis, they played on this field.
Right. Well, I think that's part of. What I still go back to the great game of college football. You know what I mean, and how I just think pro football in America could do a better job. I think pro soccer in London and all over the world does a much better job with their players. I mean, a guy doesn't have to be Beckham to make a living playing pro soccer. That they've got all different levels because they develop a lot of players. And I think in America, we develop all these players that play a great game of college football, and then just a very few, what they like to call the cream of the crop, get through. And most of the time, the cream of the crop, they're judgment calls. I mean, as soon as you find a Peyton Manning, you'll find a Kurt Warner. You know what I mean? As soon as you find, Drew Brees, you'll find a Tom Brady 6th-round draft pick. I mean, I just think we should have more NFL teams or more levels of pro football, because I think American kids deserve it. They should be able to be coaches or players well beyond just what they accomplished in 4 years or 5 years at a college. Now that's my speech on it, and that's no different than what I said when I came to town here 2 years ago. That there should be higher levels for these guys. We should have 8 teams, number one, because there are that kind of players out here that can play this game.
Did you tell your players absolutely no Gatorade showers? Because you're remarkably...
No, the guys wouldn't do that. I mean, it's, believe me, I've won more than one game in my career.
You did potentially go over for the season or something like that.
Could have. I've done that before, too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Believe me, I've coached a team that won a year, and I coached a team that won 16. So I think, that's life is life. I'd always do my best, but it doesn't always work out that way.
You talking about Northwestern? When you talk.
Well, you can mention that, yeah. I was gonna- You brought it up.
Athletically, how much different was tonight's game last week? And what-
Defensively, we played much better. I think part of it was the players. We got AJ and Navarre helped us. Part of it was scheme. We just made up our mind that they were going to have to throw the ball and beat us. And they made some big plays throwing the ball. It was somewhat frustrating, some of those catches, 15, 20-yard catches down the middle. But the bottom line is we just had to stop the run. And so we were, dedicating a lot to it. And that left some openings off of play action fakes and getting the tight end down the middle and all that stuff, which was frustrating as hell, but that's the way we had to try to play.
How unique of an opportunity is it to get the team at home and just play at Van
You know what? It's the uniqueness of a 4-team league, and that both of us said let's do it again. I mean, we played our team again. Las Vegas played their team again. Who knows what happened between those two teams? But again, that's just the uniqueness of a 4-team league.
Coach.
You get 4 teams together and say we'll go play. People watch it. Yeah, as you know. I mean, every time I get here, people are having a hell of a time tailgating. I mean, just I don't know how many were there, 14 maybe, whatever. But man, they had a good time.
Coach, the quarterback showed a lot of poise in there.
He really did. Bethel officially probably played more than he played at Sac State. As you know, he had not good luck in college. I think he always showed promise, but then something would happen. And so he doesn't, as they say, you look him up, you go, the first time I go get his ass, I couldn't believe it. It's like, where's this shit? We got a guy here, he's coming off the 49ers camp, and, well, when he's good, he looks good. And I think hopefully he'll be able to stay healthy. He's a pretty good player. I think he'll be in the NFL next year.
Yeah,
When he threw that pick, was there any question in your mind if you got the ball back, he would still be out there? Because I saw Colburn warming up, and then Bethel was on.
No, he was just warming up. You had to go, but he went to the wrong guy. I mean, the guy that he was going, should have gone to was wide open, and he left him to. I mean, he had time to. He just, he just threw the wrong guy. He just, which happens.
Five sacks for 44 yards lost. I mean, that's got to be a season high for sacks, right?
For us, 5 sacks. Yeah, you know what? I think part of it. AJ got one, Culture got one. Parker got one, Navarre got one, so a couple of them were new guys. We wanted that. We wanted to see if we could get that kind of pressure in there without blitzing. We didn't blitz anymore. It was just that we got some singled up one-on-one, and the guys did a good job of breaking through. And that was important because I think we had maybe 2 sacks in the first 3 games.
Talking about Shable especially, I mean, if he wasn't in on a sack or pressure, he was definitely keeping his end of the line.
He was, we were after AJ years ago. We were going to draft him. We didn't have to. He was not drafted. We took him as a free agent with Arizona. He played 2 years for us there, and then I think he played a year at somebody else, and then he played for us here last year. And he's one of those guys that I don't think he's very old. He's again prime example. What is AJ? Maybe 29, maybe. I think his first year was 2005. He might not be that old. And I mean, a guy like that should not, just quit playing football. I mean, he's from South Dakota, so. His options, he wants to keep playing football. I don't think, he might be 29, but I don't think so. He's probably 28 maybe.
When he played for you in 06, was he a rookie in the Cardinals?
Yes.
So 06 was his rookie
That's
year.
fine.
Yeah.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about, because you're unique in Redwoods 2 years here, about building an identity in the UFL, because it's so different with it.
Well, I think the big thing, first off, each community can do that. I mean, this is a great community for football. I mean, this is versus California. They love football. Then it's Sacramento. I think where the area is and how much football means. You look at the high school games and the kids playing. We've spoken of Pop Warner kids, and I mean huge numbers of kids who all want to grow up and be high school football players and stuff. And so I think that's what gives us a fan base. I mean, I think that a team here in Sacramento, probably will always draw. The better we play, the more we would draw. But I think the fans, enjoy coming out tailgating and recognize that, there are a lot of plays out there. Guys made good plays. Okay.
Can I ask you one question, Coach?
Yeah.
Just a little thoughts on the passing of Al Davis?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't talk to Al probably since maybe, last spring or something. He's just a guy that I've always admired so much. We were close because he and Bill Walsh were a lot closer than people realize, not just from Bill's days of working with him for 1 year. They couldn't work together, you know what I mean? They worked together for 1 year, and that was about it. But they were still very close friends, and I think Al and I decided we couldn't work together either. you know, that we remain close friends. We were close enough time to assume that we were never going to get together, and that's just the way it was.
That seems to be a running theme, Coach.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen.